Good afternoon everybody and welcome to today's session. I'm Ollie and today we're going to be running through templated products in Prima. If you've got any questions, join her after the session. Mike will be on live chat today, so feel free to ask away. Okay, so templated products then in Prima. What does it mean from a system point of view, and also what can it be used for our dealers? So effectively a templated product would be used for more than likely more than one product within one. So what I mean by that would be you'd have a sole product such as kind of a special code, a miscellaneous code, maybe even a furniture item code, or printed is kind of the most popular ones that we see used for. And from here, rather than having to create individual codes each time for kind of bespoke items that potentially you might not sell again, you can use one templated product, change the description each time, and use that as kind of a code with kind of a holding place with all the information in there that you need to. Just each time you can chop and change the actual information on there. So if I just switch screens onto the first talking point then. So templated products then, so what can it be used for? So a templated product in Prima enables you to update descriptions and images each time you place an order. So within each kind of products that you have created in Prima, you can have as many images in there as you want to. So if you've got, say for example, bespoke items, and you do bespoke kind of tea mugs, you do bespoke, I don't know, envelopes, whatever it may be, you can hold those images within the products. It may be with your customer's logo on, it may be kind of just a blank canvas. And then from there, then you can switch between the images, switch between the descriptions in terms you can overtype and say, yeah, this item today is going to be this, rather than kind of having a fixed item, fixed description, and also a fixed code as well. Okay, so most commonly it's used for kind of bespoke items or specials. So as I mentioned there, like a printed item, potentially going to be printing, say, business cards. So each time they're going to be a different size, they're going to be a different customer. So the description may be similar, so you can put in some kind of default text such as business card, certain size, X, Y, and Z, and then at the end of it you may just change the company name, how many there is, and that sort of thing. So from there, you can chop and change it as you need to. Okay, so some examples of it, just to give you an idea and a flavour of what you can do with it. So example one would be the bespoke mugs. So each time you can upload your own kind of product image. So as an example, the Prima mugs that we give out at kind of our conferences, we've got our logo on there. So maybe you've done some design work in your Photoshop or whatever it is you use. You can then upload it to Prima, put it against your products, and then you can actually display that on a sales quote or sales order to your customer. Okay, a miscellaneous code where you change the description to anything. It may be that you've got a second-hand item that you're selling on. So again, you don't want to create that as a product. So you don't need the data in your system. You just need a code, a description, a price, and you need to sell that on. Example 3, a furniture item such as an operator chair. Each time the classifications are always going to stay the same, but the actual description in terms of fabric, material, etc. is going to be different each time. So from that kind of furniture item as a templated item, as it says there, you can keep the classification the same each time, so you don't have to change the classification. It's just a case of overtyping description. Otherwise, kind of a miscellaneous code, the classification is going to change each time because it could be anything from a kettle to, I don't know, a desk. It could be completely random. Okay, so many other examples you can use it for as well, so it's not just limited to that. So I've seen many customers do various different things, so that's what it can be used for from a dealer point of view. So going into the system then, if I just minimise the sales order for now, when you go into stock and products, from here what you can do is click onto your coloured bar at the top, and then from there then you can search on whether it's a templated item. So you can see I've run a search, pull through all the templated items in my test database, and then from here then I can whittle through and find all my products. When you're creating the products, if you go into new record and products, when you're actually creating that, there is a template to tick option, which I'll also show you in the product itself. So these two here at the bottom are ones I've created for today's session. So furniture special, if I just go into this one first, what you can do is in your products, you can pop in a description. So as an example, I've just put description here because each time I'm going to overtype that. And same for your invoice description there. The bit that matters is this templated item here at the bottom. So making sure that's ticked is the key part. And then from here at the moment you can see just a standard image for an office chair, and then scrolling across you can see the little arrows there appear, and from here I can flick between, and there's many random kind of furniture items as it could be. So it may be the case that you can see here my classifications are just set to operator seating, so I might create a separate code for those desks, but otherwise I can change those per order and chop and change it as I need to. Okay. The next item in the list, if I just use the next arrow, go down to my special item, so you can see here this is more of a kind of promotional item that I'm doing on this test database. So again, if you've seen us at conferences and shows, you'll see us give out weird and wonderful things such as kind of air fresheners, mugs, teddy bears. We don't sell them, obviously, I'm not selling them, but you can actually see just some examples of what you could potentially do. So before this today I took a picture of an air freshener, so that's why the images are on the side and look a bit daft, but you can get the idea of you can put your customer's logo onto something, upload it into Prima, so you can either right click and paste it in from Google. So just an example of that, if I just open this, I can right click onto the image, copy image, and then from there, then if I clicked on that, I can right click and paste it in. Otherwise you can hit upload and then upload it from your PC. So I took a picture on my phone, sent an email to myself, saved it onto my desktop, and then just uploaded it in. So it's simple as that. Okay, and if there's any images on there that aren't any good, you want to get rid of, hit your bin icon, and that's then removed from the product card. So this is actually saving it against the products. If it is just going to be a one-off, you can upload it to the order, and then that won't save it against the products. Okay, so what I mean by that, so if I minimise out of here and I'm going to do an order now for a special item that I'm selling. So let's say you've generated your sales order, and I'm now going to add on my templated products, which is one of my special items. So if I add on special into here, I can add and jump it, and at this stage now, this is then when you're going to change the description. So that description is flexible and can be changed. So if you've added an item to your order and you're not too sure whether it is actually templated, you can see on the right hand side here as to whether it is or not. Okay, so from here then you can see it's an air freshener at the minute, but actually I'm going to sell them some teddy bears as an example. So my description is Prima teddies, certain size, XYZ, all the information you wanted to put in. Put your price in, so it's going to be £2, it's costing me £1, and we're going to sell them 100. So simple as that. Save onto your order, and then from there then you've got your updated information. And as you can see here, I've got classification, which I can say, right, this actual product I'm selling is going to post to this nominal in my financial system and reporting point of view. You can see all the kind of classifications it's going to be pointing to that way then. So if it is a one-off image, or one-off product rather, you can go onto Google or upload it from your phone, or whatever it may be, right click, paste it in, and that saves then just against the sales order rather than against the product. It won't save against that product for you to choose from next time. So really, if you're uploading images to the product itself, it's just going to be something you might use next time, such as that operator chair and those desks that you see on the previous image as well. Okay, so from here now, if I authorise this order, this product technically in my system doesn't have a supplier against it. So when you go into your requirement, you can either insert your supplier at that stage and say, right, okay, this is going from XYZ supplier. Otherwise, you can, against the products from your supplier, enter in some kind of default. So as an example, these teddies that I sell, the only thing that changes is the logo, but I always buy them from Bob down the road. So I'm going to put Bob down the road as a supplier into my database, and sometimes I also buy them from I don't know, Tesco, wherever it may be. You can put all your different suppliers into the system, and then from there then you can just select a kind of point of order rather than having to enter in against your requirement each time. So there's loads of different things you can do with it. Depending on the products, it may be worth asking the question to kind of our customer service team, but otherwise you can set up as a templated item, override your descriptions each time, and do it that way. So it's really kind of useful way in the system of doing that. Okay, so if you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask on the live chat. Myself and Mike will be hanging around for a couple of minutes after the session. But yeah, apart from that, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.